Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Made It to Medicine with your girl Ada Baby. I'm on my study break, so I was like, let me give y'all some content, period. So today, I'm going to be talking about learning to be okay with being wrong in medical school. Because I notice a lot, like, within my classmates and honestly sometimes within myself. However, like, I'm a person who, like, I don't really have shame in a lot of aspects of life, which is like a good or a bad thing depending on how you put it. But I just really notice that sometimes, like, especially my classmates, they're so wrong, they're so scared to be wrong. And I feel like in order to really take advantage of and really like soak up, medical school, you need to be able to learn to be okay with not being right. You need to learn to be okay with being wrong. And the reason I say that is because we are not doctors. Like, they didn't admit us into this school because we already know it all. We don't know anything, to be honest. Like, we know nothing at all. And even the small knowledge that we do have, we barely even have it because it's just being expanded upon once we get here. And I always try to remind myself that, like, when I'm studying, when I'm in small group and I'm answering questions, when we're like in larger group settings and I'm answering questions or doing like group activity work or whatever, or when I'm in my study groups or whatever, like, I always remind myself that it is okay to be wrong. In fact, being wrong is so liberating because it allows you to soak the information up even more. You ever notice that when you get things right, you're less likely to go back and look at something and really make sure that, oh, I understand this. But when you get something wrong, you are all up in your lecture. You're looking for supplemental information. You're asking more questions because why? You don't want to get it wrong again. And I feel like people in professional schools, honestly, not even just in medical school, like, we have this perfectionism complex where we feel like we have to know it. And you really don't. That's the reason why we're all here. Like, if we could just all sign up to go be doctors because we know it all, we would have done that. But we're in a place, medical school, that's quite literally teaching us what we need to know. So my biggest advice to anybody in literally in any professional school, to be honest, but most especially in medical school, because that is who I cater to, the medical school or upcoming medical school besties, it is okay to be wrong. Learn to be okay with being wrong. Just because you're wrong, being wrong doesn't take away from you as a person. Being wrong doesn't take away the fact that you are still very intelligent. Being wrong does not take away the fact that, you still got here. Like, being wrong is okay. And I need people to get it through their thick skulls. It is like, you will not even imagine that sometimes we're sitting in like larger group like settings and it will be dead silent for 5 minutes because nobody wants to try the practice question. Like, go up on the board and try the practice question. Literally last week, we were like in a TBL, which is team-based learning. We were in a TBL and literally it was silent for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, does anybody want to go? No. I literally just got up and did it. I didn't know whether or not I was right, partially right, or fully wrong. But I did it anyway because number one is like, the faster we do this, the faster we get out of here. And number two, it's like, not to toot my own horn or whatever, but it's like, if somebody has to set the example to show everybody that this is like literally a safe space to be wrong in, I'm gonna do it because everybody needs to pull the stick out of their behind and like get it through their thick skull. It's okay to be wrong. You don't need to be right all the time. In fact, you don't need to even be right 60% of the time. Like, it is okay. We are all little baby guppies here. And it's okay. Like, calm that down. So, wherever you are, Set the example. Show people it's okay to be wrong. Show people that being wrong actually shows more strength. Being okay with being wrong shows a lot more strength and humility than trying to be Mr. and Mrs. Know-It-All. And if you do know it all, amazing. But if you don't,